Welcome back to another episode of My Ultimate Iron Man. If you missed last time, we got 83 herb lore, which allowed us to finally boost up to 87 to make the ornate rejuvenation pool in the POH, which means we can finally get into PVM efficiently, as real as that word is. I have a Kalphite Queen Slayer task from forever ago, I think right when I came back from Leagues pretty much, and we are finally going to do that today. But first, I figured I'd go ahead and do the new Beneath Cursed Sands quest, just came out a week or two ago. It has the Karis Partisan, which I've been looking every now and then to see how good it is, against KQ specifically, and I think it's pretty good. The wiki has it as the third best beneath the Scythe or the Inquisitor's Mace as far as the first phase for KQ. I didn't know if it would be good for the second phase as well, but we're gonna have crystal armor on me anyway, and I think the bow would certainly be better in that regards. So either way, it'll be helpful for the first phase, which otherwise I think we would have just been using maybe even just the Dragon Warhammer or the Whip. I don't know, probably just the Warhammer. So this is going to be pretty good. And the quest, I don't think it'll be too terrible. I'm pretty sure, Beneath Cursed Sands. I'm pretty sure it's not that long, so hopefully I'll just see at the end of it, unless something cool happens. There's a little mini boss fight, halfway-ish through the quest. And luckily I was planning on using range anyway, because the guide on the wiki didn't really specify a certain combat type in the header. But you pretty much need range because it says he's immune to melee, or immune to magic and resistant to melee, I think it is. So you're going to want range. And then maybe some prayer pots. I was fine with full crystal just having protect from magic up, but it would have gone faster if I had Eagle Eye. So my recommendation would be to have a prayer pot, and a stamina would help. There's a lot of running in this quest just in general, so I had it for that. But also one dose for this, because you kind of want to kite around, because he has a couple special attacks, but wasn't too bad all in all. And that was the final fight. It wasn't quite as hard as the... Actually, I'm sorry, it was a little more intensive than the mid-boss fight. I don't know if either of them were really that hard, but that one required more supplies, and definitely had to bring a prayer pot for sure, so I could have Piety and Protect from Melee up the whole time. I think this is probably going to be it. Yep, we've completed Beneath Cursed Sands, 20k Agility XP, a Karis Partisan, and a Circlet of Water. So I don't remember, I think you charge this with water runes? Yeah, and then you can wear it, and it gives you unlimited, or not unlimited, but if you don't need any water skins when you have it. That actually would be pretty good Fashionscape with crystal armor. Definitely going to see some of that in Fashionscape for sure. And then the Karis Partisan, of course. The whole reason we were doing that is for this thing for Kalphite Queen. So that's what we're going to go into right now. And then also, if you're wondering, I think it unlocked a new teleport for the Pharaoh's Scepter. I think it is... I don't know which one of those it is, but I'm pretty sure it takes you right down here. Although I could be wrong, but you had to use it to you had to charge it in an obelisk right here, and the quest guide recommended that you have it with you just so you could use it afterwards. So that's why that was in my inventory for most of the time. I'm here getting geared up for KQ and getting the looting bag together. I'm realizing I've had this Bandos D'hide body for a long time, and you couldn't pay me to tell you when the last time was that I had it on. I think maybe I was thinking I'll use it for God Wars dungeon. But we have other Bandos pieces that are easier to get, better slots than this, and also we would never use it in the Bandos room. If we did ranging Bandos, we'd use crystal armor. So I'm gonna go ahead and deposit this. We don't have any other Bandos pieces, so we're probably never going to see it again. But I don't know why I've been holding on to that. I think maybe it's we ever need to range but not use the crystal bow, and it's well, we don't have any other ranged weapons other than the crystal bow, so that's what we got. They're never going to be, and even if we did not using crystal bow, the crystal body is still pretty much the same accuracy. So I couldn't tell you why I have that still. And I think we're all geared up and pretty much ready to go. This is how I'm going to be looking for the fight. I just got crystal armor. If you don't know, Kalphite Queen has 100% accuracy with range and magic, so your defensive bonuses don't matter. So you want to normally you'd want to optimize, your offensive stats So technically, like if you want to make your melee better, you'd probably just be better to wear melee gear here. But I just want to make it so I can have the bonuses for the bow to make the bow really, really good. Hopefully at the end. But you see, like I've got, melee boots. I got the Barrow's gloves, of course. I've got the mythical cape, which is better than the fire cape because you want to use crush for KQ. And then just my range switch is just going to be 1-2 to the bow and the assembler. I'm going to drink this before I start running. Normally I'll just sip when I'm at Myth Guild gearing up, and then I'll have, because I need one spot open to get rid of the bow, just in case I haven't used any supplies, so I probably will use something. And then I've got the, I'm going to start with both Warhammer specs. Then I've got the Karis Partisan for phase 1, then that for phase 2. I will be boosting my stats with the Dragon Battle Axe before I leave, just to get my strength up there. Then you can see I've got super attacks, I've got a range pot, and then a prayer pot. And then the only thing I'm not 100% sure on right now is whether or not I will need anti-poison. I've got a good bit of food here, and we're only doing 1-kill trips, if that wasn't clear. I'm pretty sure that's the meta for KQ just for everybody, but especially for UIMs. Which is a big reason why I wanted the pool here, because we can just get it and then run right there and go. So I'm hoping that I don't take that much poison damage. I don't know if KQ can even poison you herself, but the Guardians at the front can poison you for 6, I'm pretty sure, when you're walking in. So that might add up, but I don't think the kills are going to be that long. So it'll be a pretty grand experiment to see how this goes. Well, I had to teleport out on my first kill. Got kind of close there, although I did forget to sip my super attack for the entire melee phase, and I didn't hit any of my specs, but I still did really, really good. So that has me feeling all right. Hopefully, if I get the hang of it, I might maybe actually bring a boot switch just for a little more DPS, but I think we'll do pretty okay, just like this, how we're doing now. Oh, please. Okay. Again, didn't hit any specs, but we finally got a kill for some death runes, and then a bit of prayer pots back, and then chitin penetrator. I guess it's probably just for killing it using the Karis. But yes, it will be possible, but man, if you miss those specs, you're not going to be in for a good time. I guess one plus to using a bunch of food at a boss is that you're going to get good cooking experience. That's 89 cooking. See, Certified Adept, that's 25 kills at the Kalphite Queen. Not going too terrible, although it is just definitely a bad time if you don't hit your specs. There's no other way to say that. I probably got at least like 1 or 2 kills statistically where I don't hit any specs, but it's just like, it's not in for a great time. The Karis Partisan, though, is really, really good. I've been liking that a lot. I experimented once on a time where I hit both my specs. I tried using it in the second phase because it's not immune from melee damage. It's just resistant to it. And when you get hits, the hits are still pretty big, but you hit a whole lot less in that phase. So I know when Rage 3 comes out, there's going to be like little gems you can put in it to buff it. So maybe I'll try again if I get any of those. Whenever that happens. But for now, I'm just doing Karis Partisan for phase 1, which is very, very good. And then the bow for phase 2. I wish I could record it sometime. It just doesn't happen often enough to warrant recording every single melee phase. But I just hit a 147 with the special hit from the Karis Partisan. I don't think I described it, but it's what it is I'm pretty sure the Karis gives a 33% damage bonus against Kalphites, which the Partisan has. But then the new thing for this is there's a 1 in 51 chance for every hit to be like a super hit that does 3 times damage, and I'm pretty sure ignores defenses if it even has relevant defenses. And I've hit 147 was my best. I think I had gone from a 90, I hit a 117 earlier today, and then 147 just now, which I think is pretty close to the max hit possible. I think with max melee you can get up to like 150 something. I heard that, saw that on Reddit somewhere, so pretty cool. And then they just had a blog post about it today, which we'll go over whenever they pass or eventually get added to the game. But the new jewel, the one that's going to be, they said that there were multiple jewels, but I think only one of them is going to be pretty much useful outside the raid itself, is what they said. and that's going to be the one that gives a 33% accuracy bonus against Kalphites as well, which will be great because Israel doesn't hit that often. 50 kills at the Kalphite Queen. Still haven't gotten any, like, I don't want to say like uniques, but anything special, you know, like no D chains or D2Hs or anything like that. Not that we've hit rate for any of those. Decided to take a little break from KQ because it was the weekend and it was getting a little hard to find empty worlds. I didn't feel like, you know, hopping around a bunch and stuff like that. So decided to come and try and get some more skills up to get prayer and range for Tears of Guthics. And mining, I just wanted something that I could like kind of AFK while I was watching stuff. So this is, I know there's much better mining experience rates out there, but Motherload Mine has been pretty chill so far. Although I now kind of am in the sunk cost fallacy, 78 mining by the way, where I've got like, I can probably go back to KQ now because it's Monday, but I've already got 48 golden nuggets, so I might as well just go try and get to 50 to unlock, or trying to get to 100, get 50 more, so I can unlock the upper area up here, which would make it even more AFK. Because if you don't know the upper area, you need 100 gold nuggets, but then unlike here where every single time anyone mines, there's a chance to deplete it, these ones up here are just on a timer. I'm pretty sure it may be a little different, but I know the gist of it is you're not competing with people up here. Like everyone can share the same thing, whereas this, like, you know, people can come and like grief you. You also have to like move around a bunch, so it's more AFK up there is the long and short of it. It would be nice to have. Wow, finally. This definitely fell into the longer than I'd like to have been here category, but I think it was worth it. We got 100 of these nuggets. We made a decent chunk towards 79. We almost got 2 full levels from this, so can't really complain. And I think we talked to him rather than trading him. Is there anything else I can unlock here? Yeah, the upper restricted mine access for that. Yeah, 100 nuggets. Okay. And then I think we can unlock the bigger bag for 200. So I guess that'll be our next goal whenever we're here. But now we can come up here. I don't know if there's like a diary task or anything. We can come up here. You see lots of spots to mine. And like I mentioned before, you can share them. So that'll be very, very nice for the next time we're here. But for now, let's get back to smashing some bugs. And I'm officially a member of the Triple Digit Club. That's 100 KC at the Kalphite Queen. Again, still nothing interesting at all. I guess I got an elite clue a while ago, but I couldn't do it. My second step was KBD, so. And we've got the first, I guess, somewhat unique, a special thing, we'll say, from the boss. That's the Dragon Chain Body, which unfortunately, I think that means I'm going to be down another inventory spot because I'd like to keep this for the Master Clue. You do need the Dragon Plate Skirt, which I did used to have, but I lost that in my mini wipe, what feels like a year ago now. Heck, it might even have been. So I guess I'll just hold on to that for a bit. I really don't need prayer potions that often, but it's like maybe 1 in every 10 kills, and not even that probably. I'll need to use like a single sip just to barely finish off a kill. So I could maybe replace that. I also only have 16 kills left until the task is over, so I think I'll just hopefully be fine with 1 food, because I probably use prayer more often than I use every single piece of my food. And we're at that point now where I've only got 1 more kill left for my Kalphite task, so I figured I'd try and do a little live commentary here, although that never usually works out for me. But just kind of give you some of my general thoughts about Kalphite Queen. This is my first time doing it on any account, including like leagues or anything, in case you're curious. Other than like, you know, for a single kill for a diary. So I just, you know, initial thoughts are I did not like this boss. I won't say not at all, but it was after I got the initial phase of like learning it was, I'll say like fine. I think learning anything, like trying to, you know, get familiar with new content, especially on a UIM, is fun. And this is a very UIM friendly boss in the sense that you don't have to do anything extra that normal accounts wouldn't have to do, really. Prepping is like a little, I mean, obviously every prep is going to be a little, you know, more involved for UIM, but hey, you can go to the Myth Guild, you can get, you know, You can get in your sharks normally and your potions, everything. Get that all down. Then you can teleport to your house. It's very close to a fairy ring. Very easy to get into. The run is pretty annoying, and of course, once you get the Desert Diary done, the elite, it's less annoying. But I cannot imagine this boss if you before the because I think you didn't even used to be able to use your ropes without the elite diary either. I don't think. Like if you had to bring 2 ropes, this boss would be even worse. But this run just sucks. It unnecessarily adds time to the boss, and then the boss itself is really, really bad. I know it was like one of the first bosses this game ever had way back in 2003 or whatever, but it's really bad. It's literally just you eat a bunch and you attack it and then you hide under and you eat. That's the extent of learning. There's nothing like in depth to learn for this boss. So once you kind of realize that and get used to it, it's just boring. You just sit there. And then, first of all, you hope to God you hit your specs because this boss is a nightmare. I stopped doing it if I didn't land both my specs. Or not both, but if I didn't land a single spec. Which even then can be pretty bad sometimes. But if you don't hit your specs, it's not worth doing it. I think maybe there was one time, because after the first 50 kills, I would at least try if I didn't hit both specs. But 9 times out of 10, you just end up using all your food and then having to leave. Which is way more infuriating than missing your specs. Like if you don't miss your specs, that kind of sucks. But having to leave at any time is just the worst. But it's just this. It's just smacking, trading, going under to eat, and then once it switches to its next phase, you switch to range. It's really, really boring. The drops are alright. I've made a decent amount. I think I'll throw up right now my total loot, my total haul from this. It's pretty good. And especially I can understand it would maybe be a little bit easier once you unlock the agility shortcut. I'm willing to give it a sec, go into the new pair of eyes, and I get that. But we're gonna have to have at least one more trip or one more task of doing it this way because you need the tattered head or the Kalphite. I think is it called the tattered head or is that the special one you get? Anyway, it has a 1 in 128 chance to drop the head that you need for the Desert Diary. But then you also are guaranteed to get one at 256 if you haven't gotten one yet, or maybe you get one no matter what at 256. Obviously, I have not gotten one yet. That's pretty much the reason I'm doing that. Like everything else is just completionist, pet hunting, whatever. There's not a reason for UIMs or anybody really to do this boss if you're not going for stuff like that. But will we get it? No, we will not. But a battle staff is still pretty alright. It's money. So this boss is just, not my favorite. The pet is cool. I will admit the it's up there. I wouldn't say it's god tier as far as pets, but it's pretty good. Overall, this boss gets 4 out of 10 or something. Maybe I'd say it's really not good. The drops are all right. It's UIM friendly, but it's just so freaking boring. And it eats supplies. I am probably almost 1,000 sharks down. If I had to guess. I'm not gonna go back and look because I don't want to make myself feel bad. But it annihilates supplies. So maybe it'll be better with a diary and max strength or even much better gear. Like I said, when they get the Karis upgrade. Real quick, I will say the Karis is very cool. I like it a lot. I did find out I think you have to pay $60K to get it back, which kind of sucks. I don't think you can alch it either. I don't have alch on me right now, but I'm pretty sure you can't alch it. You have to pay $60K to get it back, so that kind of sucks. But it is good, and I do wish. If you don't know, its special thing is it has the 33% damage to Kalphites, but it also has a 1 in 51 chance, I think, to do a vicious blow, it calls it, which can hit 3 times your max hit. So it's cool. I think the highest I saw was a 147 hit in one smack. That's really, really awesome. It doesn't happen really often at all, it's not guaranteed to hit that high. I think I've hit a 12 with it once before. It really, it's kind of nitpicky, and I know it's already pretty powerful, but it really sucks to have something like that where it happens so infrequently. To see the message in chat, because you get a message in chat every time. It's you landed a vicious blow, you slipped it through its armor, and it's so demoralizing to see that and then have you hit a 12. I think there's a mechanic in one of the new items or the proposed items for the new raid coming up, which is it's guaranteed to do at least some amount of damage. I know the dark bow has a guaranteed. I feel if you hit that, you should at least be guaranteed to do your normal max hit, just so you at least feel good, because it kind of just it sucks. But hey, that's just how the game goes, I guess. Oh, and that's gonna do it for me. Apologies, I didn't intend for this to be 2 weeks between the last upload, but I got really demoralized. I was only doing a couple 20, 30 kills a day on the days I played, and I had a decently long break because I had some family coming into town. So hopefully I'll be able to get more content coming out faster, because we are finally. I swear to God, you can probably pull up a clip of me 5-6 videos ago saying like, oh, we're getting back into Slayer now. Ever since I got back from Trailblazer, I've wanted to do that, or whatever that last one was called, the League, Shattered Relics. But we are now actually 100% going to get into Slayer. I'm not planning on I think I only have if I get Gargoyles, I'm not gonna do Grittiest Guardians. I just want to do some chill Slayer, get Slayer up. I'm not opposed to doing boss tasks again, and once I get Kalphites, I still need to get a couple more KQ kills to get the head, hopefully. I would like to try and have my stats up higher. Attack and defense, I'm going to be trying to train that. I don't want to commit to just depending on how close I am, I might do a little stint at Ammonite Crabs or something to get them up there. But again, that's such a content void where I can't make any. It takes a long time, and I can't get any footage from that other than the 10-second clip when I level up. So hopefully it won't come to that. But for now, I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed the Kalphite Queen learning grind, even though it wasn't my favorite boss. I still had a good time doing it, and hopefully you had a fun time watching. So I will see you in the next one.